Unity of the Huachucas presents Reverend Charli Tupper.
Who have I come here to be?
Good morning. When I first came into Unity, I heard the Sunday morning service referred to as a celebration service. And I wondered to myself, what are we celebrating? What are we celebrating? Now, I had attended some traditional Christian churches and they talked about celebrating communion, celebrating the life of Jesus. But Unity doesn't do either one of those per se. So not on a continual basis. So on Sunday morning, what are we celebrating? What if we're celebrating the life that we are? What if we're celebrating that life itself that is flowing through us and as us in every moment? In every moment. Today I'm talking about who we have come here to be. Now, you've often heard me say, in a world where you can be anything, be yourself. And oftentimes when I say that to people, what they say is, oh, I gave up a long time ago trying to please other people. I am too old to take up and start something new now. What I'm supposed to recreate my life now? I only do what brings me joy. I only do the things that I want to do. Any of that sound familiar? When someone says, in a world where you can be anything, be yourself. See, that's not the self I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that little egoic self inside of you that wants its way, wants what it wants, and it wants it now. I'm not talking about that little self inside of you that maybe acts certain ways around certain people, thinks it's supposed to be something. I'm talking about that true self. I'm talking about your God self. I'm talking about that true created image and likeness of the divine that you are. That when God created you, he grinned and said, this should be fun. When God created you, he grinned and said, this should be fun. Because God gave you all the qualities that you will ever need in order to express that which you were created to be and do. Those qualities are within you. And they're just waiting for a little expression. Just waiting for you to express that true higher self. And we never get to the end. It's not an event where poof, I'm expressing this quality and this is as far as I go. See, these qualities are endless. These God qualities have no final destination of where you get to and you're done. But the more that we express them, the more fun we have. The more laughter we have in our lives, the more joy we have in our lives. The more resilience we have in our lives to walk through those times that are challenging. And we all have those times that are challenging. No matter who we are, we have those times. So I'm going to share a little story with you. I love this story because it's kind of a little fairy tale story, because it begins in the kitchen. It begins in the kitchen, and it begins with being late at night. And usually all the dishes are just a chittering and a chattering away. And they're telling each other everything that they discovered that day. They're sharing all the gossip that they can. But on this one particular night, everybody was quiet. It was just silent. And after it had been silent for a while, the candle holder that held the candle that lit the room spoke up. And he said to Miss Wick, or to Miss Wax, he said to Miss Wax, "Can I say something?" And she said, "Sure." And everybody's a little nervous. What's the candle holder gonna say? They can sense that something's serious. You know how you can sense that, the tension in the room builds a little bit. And finally, the candle holder speaks again and says, "I have to confess. It's just been really bothering me. I have to confess. I'm jealous of you. I'm jealous of you and the way you get to hold Mr. Wick. How you're so much closer to the light than I am. I am just down here on the table, and you are so much closer to the light. And all I get from the light is the little droppings that fall down." And after a moment, Ms. Wick speaks up and says, "You're jealous of me? Well, I'm jealous of Mr. Wick because it's not me that's closer to the light. It's Mr. Wick. Mr. Wick is the one who the light dances around." All I do is feed into Mr. Wick, and Mr. Wick is the one with the light. Well, Mr. Wick just can't keep quiet. And he says, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. You don't understand. Yes, I'm close to the light, but sometimes the light eats me up and the light burns me. It dances around me. And it is so bright that sometimes I cannot see beyond it. I don't have it as good as you think I have it. And then the light itself speaks up. And the light says, it is because of all of you being exactly who you were created to be that I am able to shine. It is because all of you play your part and do it so well that the light shines out from me and into the world. It illuminates the whole room. We do that together. We can't do it without each of us being exactly who we are. The light invites the candle holder, Mr. Wax, Mr. Wick, Mr. Flame. The light invites them all to celebrate who they are at the truth of their being, and to know that the role that they play, the piece that they are, is a vital piece in the shining of the light. No one is more important. No one is really closer to the light than anyone else. It is just our awareness that makes it so. I have a quote I want to share with you. It's from George Bernard Shaw. It goes like this. This is the true joy in life, being used for a purpose, recognized by yourself as a mighty one, being a force of nature instead of a feverish, selfish little clod of ailments and grievances, complaining that the world will not devote itself to making you happy. I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the whole community. And as long as I live, it is my privilege to do for it what I can. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die. For the harder I work, the more I live. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is no brief candle. It is a sort of splendid torch, which I have got hold of for the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it off to future generations. I work. The more I live, I rejoice for its own sake. Life is no brief candle to me. It's a sort of splendid torch, which I have got hold of for the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it off to future generations. George Bernard Shaw talks about how this light is the light that is there within us. And to have it burn so brightly that, and not just for our own sake, but for the sake of the whole, for the sake of the community, for the sake of the world, for the sake of future generations. So how do we get to know what it is that our light is? So I have a little process that I'm going to invite you into this morning. And that process, you have a piece of paper and a pen or pencil. And I want you to write down, I want you just to center yourself for a moment, maybe close your eyes. Just breathe into this moment and know. Heart open, ears open. Because I want you to really listen. I want you to listen, and I don't want you to discount anything that you hear. I don't want you to judge anything that you hear. Just allow it to be. So I'm going to invite you to ask yourself, who are 3 people that I deeply admire? These people can be alive. They can have made their transition. They can be fictional. They could be characters in a book. But just listen within yourself for 3 people that you deeply admire, and then list them vertically on the page. Don't think about it for a long time, because I don't want you to discount who pops up. And if someone pops up and it surprises you, write them down. Okay, now, next to their name, I want you to write down the qualities that you admire in that person. What is it about them that you admire? Is it their integrity? Is it their capacity to love unconditionally? What is it that you admire about that person? And again, do not judge. Do not think about it for a long time. Just write down those qualities that pop into your mind, especially if you don't want to write the quality down. And list about 3 to 5 qualities for each person. 3 to 5 qualities for each person. So you're going to have 9 to 15 qualities. And they can be the same. Okay, so you don't have to think of separate qualities. Now, I want you to circle the ones that are alike. So if love showed up more than once, circle it. If integrity showed up more than once, circle it. What is it that you want to circle? What is it that you want to bring in to this? So circle that. What is showing up? If you feel resistance to one of them, circle that. And I want you to flip the paper over. And on the other side, I want you to write those qualities down that you circled. Just 3 to 5 of them. the ones that spoke to you the most. Write those qualities down. Now, at the top of the page, I want you to write, this is who I have come here to be. This is who I have come here to be. You see, because we cannot admire a quality in someone else that we don't already have within ourselves. And sometimes when we feel that kind of that little pushback, it's our ego going, oh, don't go there. It's like, yes, go there. Yes. What are the qualities that you are here? What is that God self that is here to create? Because when we express those qualities, the light will be so bright that it will go through the walls and out into the world. You can just imagine the walls kind of melting away because of the light. It won't be able to be contained. You are the light of the world. Jesus said, I am the light of the world. I am. The I am presence is the light of the world. You are the light of the world. Let your light so shine. Let your light shine. And not just shine for you, but for the whole community, for the world, for future generations. This is who you have come here to be. And that is that unique, individualized creation of God. So I have another new saying. I found it on a t-shirt. And it says, when God created me, and I'm going to say when God created you, he smiled and said, this should be fun. Have you ever thought that God said, this should be fun when God created you? Oh, this is going to be fun. This unique expression, this unique set of qualities and the way that these qualities are going to outpicture, it is going to be so much fun. That's something to celebrate. To celebrate the divine that created you. To celebrate the divine that created you. Let's take this into meditation. Taking a breath and being in that sacred place of the heart. Just take these words into your heart for a moment. This is the true joy in life, being used for a purpose, recognized by yourself as a mighty one, being a force of nature. It is my privilege to do for the world what I can. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die. For the harder I work, the more I live. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is no brief candle to me. It is a sort of splendid torch, which I have got hold of for the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it to future generations. So I want you to take those words, those qualities that are on your piece of paper. I want you to hold them in your heart. Hold them in your heart. I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. I let my light shine so brightly. It is a torch. It is a torch that dispels all darkness and illuminates the joy, the love, the hope, the strength that is God. I am the light of the world. And so it is. Amen.